Please glue this paper and the factors and multiples part of your notebook. So the first thing is you're going to write the definition, or you're going to write the word. So when only two numbers, one in itself, multiply together to get that number of product. And that, of course, is a prime number. So write the word prime on that line. A composite number is when there are more than two factors and you can multiply together to get that product. And so if you look at your sieve, you will notice that you can divide a number by something other than itself in one, then the number's composite because there are more than two pairs of numbers multiplied together to get the answer. So you know a number is divisible by 2 if the last digit in that number is an even number. So if you'll remember, even numbers are numbers that end with 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. So if we write any number here that ends with those numbers, even if it looks like this, so write this on your paper, 1, 1, 1, so that's odd, 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 3, also odd, 2, that entire number is divisible by 2 because the last digit is what we call an even number. I could write 7, 5, 3, 1, all of which are odd numbers, but if I end that number with a 0, it is also divisible by 2. So write these two examples here and here as numbers that are even, therefore divisible by 2. And then we're going to draw some little eyeballs over here because all I had to do to figure out if my number was divisible by 2 was to look at it. That's how I know that. Okay? I'm going to scoot down to 5. And thinking back to what you know and you look at your chart, if you look at the sieve, you will notice that all the numbers that are divisible by 5 end with either a 5 or a 0. So same idea as 2, so it's just a look at thing. I can draw my little eyeballs here. Right, so there they are. If I've got a number 1, 1, 1, 5, that number is divisible by 5. 2, 2, 2, 0, that number is divisible by 5 as well, because numbers that are divisible by 5 end with 5 or 0. Okay, now we're going to get down to 10. 10 is also another one that needs its eyeballs. So, okay, 10. A number is divisible by 10 if the last digit is a... So 10. 10 numbers are divisible by 10 if the last digit is a 0. So any number that ends with a 0 is divisible by 10. If you look at your chart, you've got 10, 20, 30, 40. That whole column is 10. So those are our 3 look for rules. There's one more on here that's 4, and 4 is also a look rule. With 4, every number, you can tell if a number is divisible by 4 if the last 2 digits are divisible by 4. So if I have the number 124, because 24 is divisible by 4, that whole number is divisible by 4. If I have 5,004, because these last 2 digits are divisible by 4, the whole number is divisible by 4. So those are our look rules, 2, 5, 10, and 4. Then we go to 3. So numbers that are divisible by 3, the sum of their digits is divisible by 3. And what I mean by that is this. If I have the number 123, it is made up of the digits 1, 2, and 3. If I add 1 plus 2 plus 3 together, I get 6. Because this 6 is divisible by 3, this entire number is divisible by 3. So this is an adding rule. So we're going to put a plus sign here. You need to be really careful, though, that you recognize that this number is not divisible by 2 because it does not end with an even number. It is divisible by 3 because the digits add up to 6, which is divisible by 3. So be really careful with that. So if I had the number 540 instead, 5 plus 4 plus 0, well, that's 9. 9 is divisible by 3, so 540 is divisible by 3. And in this case, because 540 ends with 0, it's also divisible by 2. Because it ends with 0, it's also divisible by 5. Because it ends with 0, it's also divisible by 10. And because it ends with 40, it is also divisible by 4. So the sum of the digits, we add the numbers together to see if they are divisible by 3, and if they are, then the whole number is divisible by 3. So we'll write the numbers 123 here and 540 here as our examples. So that's an adding. We add to find that. 9 you add also. So 9 is if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9. So if we go back to our 123, we remember that 123 is 1 plus 2 plus 3. That equals 6. 6 is not evenly divisible by 9. So 123 is not divisible by 9. But 540 is, because 5 plus 4 plus 0, that equals 9. And since 9 is divisible by 9, that number is divisible by 9. So 540 is divisible by 9. 18 is divisible by 9 because 1 plus 8 is 9. And then the final rule on here is 6. A number is divisible by 6 if that number is divisible by 2 and 3. So this is the last step. So when you look at a number, if the number is divisible by 2 and 3, then it is also divisible by 6, like on our chart when we had that x. So let's take 36. 36 is divisible by 2 because it ends with an even digit. 36 is divisible by 3 because 3 plus 6 is 9, and 9 is divisible by 3. So since 36 is divisible by 2 and 3, it is also divisible by 6. So make sure you fill in this chart, and then you're going to get ready to do the next activity. Thanks.